Hello everyone and welcoming you all for this session of the ACCA paper Financial Reporting. This is Yarana and I'm in teaching profession since last 8 years and currently I'm teaching ACCA papers F6 taxation, financial reporting and the advanced taxation. In today's class, in this session, the agenda for this session is to discuss about what is financial reporting, how the paper is examined, what is the paper format, and which areas are relevant for studying purposes. Furthermore, we shall also be discussing that how it is examined and which things are covered in each of the section of the paper. So here we have for this F7 paper, we have this syllabus and study guide. And first of all, let me show you the relational diagram linking financial reporting to the other papers of ACCA. Like, if we discuss about FR paper, that is basically the old code is F7, the knowledge which you attain in F3, the knowledge which you get in F4, the same things can be used are helpful for studying FR. And it will help you in studying AA paper, the audit and assurance. Reason being, in F7, we actually learn how a company, how a business actually prepare financial statements. And in auditing paper, we learn how to audit these financial statements. And the same knowledge, the advanced paper of the financial reporting in professional level of ACCA is SBR paper, that is P2. And the knowledge which we gain in F7 is used in the paper of SBL. All the areas which we study at F3 level are relevant for F7, but let me tell you one thing, that few things are excluded in financial reporting syllabus. Like in F3, we do study about the errors and correction of errors in very much detail. We also do study about the control accounts and its reconciliation. Another area is bank reconciliations, but keep remember all these are not part and parcel of FR syllabus. So which things are actually to be covered and what we do actually study in FR? So it's all about the international accounting standards and international financial reporting standards. So whole of the FR syllabus is purely based on these things, plus the conceptual frameworks for the financial statements are also there in the FR syllabus. So here in this relational diagram, you can see that FR knowledge to be used in the audit paper, in SBR paper, and in the SBL paper as well. And the previous two papers which help out us for studying F7, and the name of the papers are financial accounting and the corporate and business law. Now, let's talk about the main capabilities which are required to pass and study and pass the FR paper. So basically, the capabilities are categorized from part A to part E. In FR, we do study that how a single company prepares its financial statements. We also do cover the concepts of group accounts, the consolidated financial statements, like, and other thing is about the cash flows and ratio analysis. But importantly, ratio analysis is a very critical area at FR level because we have to interpret the financial statements and also have to comment on the financial performance of the entity as compared to the previous year, as compared to the industry averages, as compared to the other competitors. So it's examiner's favorite area, and normally these types of questions are asked in section C of the paper. In the main capabilities under A, there are conceptual and regulatory frameworks. Number two, accounting for transaction in accordance with IACs and IFRSs. In part C, we'll study that what's the analysis and how to interpret the financial statements. Like let's say there are few ratios like gross profit margin, net asset turnover, return on capital employed. What's the purpose of these ratios and how these ratios are useful in comparisons with the budgeted performance, with the old year performance, with the competitors' performance. So these types of things are actually categorized under part C of the syllabus. Next, prepare and present financial statement of single entities and the business combinations. Business combination means one, two, or more companies actually prepare accounts by summing up the results of two or more companies. So the concept name is consolidation or the group accounts. So at FR level, we do cover all of the things with respect to the single company's financial statement as well as the results of the consolidated like group companies as well. And lastly, demonstrate employability and technology skills. What exactly is this thing? I would be telling you, I would be guiding you in very much detail with respect to part E of the syllabus. But now think why a company is required to prepare the financial statements. Answer is very simple, because it's external reporting for the stakeholders of the company. Let's say there are like shareholders, there are suppliers, like customers, even employees, financial advisors. All these stakeholders are interested in the financial performance of the companies because they have their own interest in the company and they want to know about the financial performance of the company, whether a company performed like generated profits or a company is making a loss. All these things are to be addressed to the stakeholders by presenting financial statements of the company for a year. Let's say there are shareholder is a stakeholder of the company. Why shareholder would be interested in the financial performance? Because shareholder have invested their funds in the company and they want return on their investments. They want to know about the dividends, whether a company is paying dividend or not, and if paying, how much dividend is paid out. So that is the reason shareholders are interested in the performance of the company. Let's say supplier also interested in the financial performance of the company. Why the suppliers are interested in the financial performance? Because they are supplying us goods, they are supplying a company goods and materials on credit. They want to check whether a company is profitable, whether the company is able to pay the pay bills because the supplier has delivered the company goods on credit. Now supplier would be checking the debt level of the company. Another example, like if you go to a bank, if a company goes to a bank and asks for any bank loan, so first of all, bank will ask to provide the financial statements of the company. So on the basis of the financial results of the company, bank will decide first thing, should we give loan to the company? Yes or no? If yes, how much loan should be given to that company? So it's all dependent on the financial results of the company. So that is why a company is required to prepare its financial statements, the set of accounts, on a yearly basis. And for preparing the set of accounts, the main thing is to know about the accounting treatments under ISAs, International Accounting Standards, and IFRSs, International Financial Reporting Standards. Let's say You have inventory, being a business, you have inventory. What's the value of inventory to be included at year end in the balance sheet, in the current assets? So that inventory valuation is to be found according to the guidance of the IS2 inventories. Let's say there is cash and bank balance in the balance sheet. So how that cash is calculated, we are required, being a company, we are required to prepare the statement of cash flows, how much cash used in operating activity of the companies, the investing activities, and the financing activities. Another example, company purchased multiple non-current assets. That could be tangible non-current assets, that could be intangible non-current assets. What is the value of non-current asset at year end? What's the depreciation percentage? Is there any impairment on that asset or not? So all these things are actually to be covered by studying the ISCs and IFRSs, and the accounting standards are like the basis of financial reporting paper. Now, let me guide you one thing, that FR paper is divided into three sections: Section A, Section B, and Section C. Section A is of 30 marks, Section B is of 30 marks, and Section C is of in total 40 marks area. By the way, in Section A, you will find objective test questions. It's not MCQ, it's OTQ. There is a difference between MCQ and objective test question, because in Section A you will see that there are multiple type of questions are there. There is a scenario and then you are given a box to fill. There could be two possible answers of a question. Let's say after this scenario in Section A, there are four options available and you have to choose the best one. There could be drop-down menus after this scenario. So there could be multiple type of questions which are asked in Section A. So that is why we mark it as OTQ, not the MCQ. And there are 15 questions of 2 marks each. So that is why there are total 30 marks available in Section A. In Section B, again there are objective test questions, but 3 scenarios. In Section A, all these 15 questions are isolated. They have no link with each other. Whereas in Section B, there are in total 3 scenarios. And in each scenario, there are itself 5 questions of 2 marks each. It means 10 marks for scenario 1, 10 marks for scenario 2, and 10 marks for scenario 3. In total, Section B is of 30 marks. And in Section C, there are basically 2 questions of 20 marks each, in total 40 marks. Now, the question arises, which areas are examined in Section A, how Section B is tested, and what's included in Section C. Answer is very simple. We cannot specify any of the area for any section. I repeat, we cannot specify any area for any section of the paper. Like, I cannot say that Section A will comprise of like standard 1, 2 or accounting standard 3. It's not like that. Any area of the syllabus can be tested in Section A for 15 questions. Same answer for Section B. We don't know the relevant areas, the relevant accounting standards for the Section B. There is a possibility that the question may ask about like IFRS 15, revenue from contract with customers. There could be a scenario, let's say, about IFRS 16, leases. There could be another scenario, let's say, with respect to IS 16, the property, plant, equipment, and impairment IS 36. So any area cannot be specified for any section. It means we have to study the whole course, whole syllabus to pass our FR. And in section C, as you can see, there are two questions, but these questions are constructive response questions. These are CRQs. Now, let me show you from here. As you can see, part E is demonstrate employability and technology skills. I'm talking about this one. As marked above, in section C, there are constructive response questions. What does it mean? You have to construct your answer as we normally do in registers in paper format. We prepare P&L of the company. We prepare a statement of financial position of the company. Same, we have to prepare using the spreadsheet and word process area. Where to use this spreadsheet? For performing any calculations, and where to use this word process to answer any theoretical areas of the question. Actually, it's now about your technical skills, that how you tackle the paper, how you do practice, how you actually present your answer using a spreadsheet, performing calculation, and answering your theoretical questions using the word process. So technology skills is mainly required for answering constructive response questions in section C, and these two questions are of 20 marks each. As normally, we do study and pass F3, and if you remember the paper format of F3, there are like 35 MCQs and 15 marks questions. And in those 15 mark questions, one question is from the final accounts and one question can be examined with respect to the consolidated accounts. So same case over here, I can tell you these two questions with respect to the final account question and the consolidated accounts. But importantly, with these two, ratios are always tested. I repeat, let's say there is a final account question or there is like consolidation question in your exam, but with that you would be finding the requirement about ratios and interpretations of the financial statements. It's about the comparison, explaining the company's performance, whether a company is performing good or bad. What are the like actual position, what's the company position as compared to the previous and current year according to the budgetary performance and the actual performance. So all these things in section C are important. You have to construct your answer using a spreadsheet, and if there are any theoretical question, you have to answer using word process. Hopefully you are very much clear with the paper format. Summarizing the paper format, three sections are there. First two, section A and B, are of 30 marks each, and the last section C is of 40 marks in total. In section A, 15 objective test questions are there, and each question is of 2 marks, and these are not linked with each other. In section B, 3 scenarios are there. That scenarios can be asked for any of these standard with respect to any of these standard. We cannot specify that standard 1, 2, 3 are examined in section B. It's not like that. And in section C, 2 constructive response questions are there of 20 marks each. As marked over here, IACs and IFRSs are the basis of financial reporting. Think, why each and every company prepare financial statement, and all these financial statement are similar in format, because they do follow the guidance of the IAS 1, which is presentation of financial statements. So every company follows the guidance of the IAS 1 and they prepare financial statement in the same format. And in this set of accounts, there are 5 things. The 5 elements are there in the set of accounts. Number 1, statement of comprehensive income and statement of P&L and other comprehensive income, the statement of financial position, statement of changes in equity, statement of cash flows, and number 5, notes to the accounts or disclosures. So in this part of the paper, in section C, examiner can ask you to prepare, let's say, a statement of P&L only. Examiner can ask you to prepare a statement of P&L and statement of financial position. It's not like that examiner will always be asking the same questions again and again. The questions requirement can be different, may be possible, only that changes in equity is required, but don't forget this thing, whatsoever is the requirement with respect to final account question or the consolidation question, ratio analysis are always there, like for 10 to 12 marks in section C. And that's a difficult area to tackle, because normally we don't know how to analyze, how to report the things, how to like write the comments on the requirements. So we'll study, don't worry, we'll cover this course in each and every aspect. Now let me guide you one thing, that how we'll be delivering this course. First thing, you will find the pre-recorded lectures. Upon enrollment, we'll be providing you the access to the pre-recorded lectures on our LMS portal. WhatsApp support with the tutor. And I'm not only one tutor at Escribir Academy who teaches FR. There are multiple tutors, and FR course is available in both English language and Urdu language. And after this point, I would be showing you that all the courses are available. WhatsApp support, and then assignments. Number 4, tutor notes and soft copies, related stuff to FR. And the tutor would be guiding you how to cover the course, because it's all available in a pre-recorded format, but how to tackle the course, how to cover the course, what's the strategy of covering the course. So after registration, the tutor would be guiding you about all these things. And here is a website, escribiracademy.com. In the search bar, you just type FR and click on search button. So you will see multiple tutors FR courses available, like FR by Ziarana, FR by Abil Ahmed, and 2 other tutors are also there. If you want to know the details, let's say I'm just clicking view details. The course link will be open in front of you. You can see there are 35 chapters in total, and in total there are 244 lectures available, and the course is in Urdu language. For other tutors, you will see the course is also available in the English language as well. And one more thing, in each chapter, the first chapter is like demo. You can watch the demo videos. Then thereafter, in each chapter, along with the video lectures, the related notes of each IS are available. As just discussed earlier, that in FR we are only studying about the ISs and IFRSs. So all these are covered like IS 36, 38, IFRS 5, 41, inventories, provisions. Whole course is available in a pre-recorded format. You just are required to enroll, get the course access, login credentials, and start studying following the guidance of the tutor. And if you have any query, you may get in touch with the student counselor. 92346 6664442 is a WhatsApp number of the tutor. In case of any queries, anything, you may get in touch, and our student counselor will guide you in very much details. And I would appreciate if you have any queries, you may write in the chat box. Yes, the course would be provided in a recorded format, but don't worry, it's not like that we are only providing the recorded lectures. We actually provide the full support to the student till the time the student pass their paper. So don't worry for this thing. Alrighty, students, inshallah, see you soon in next session. Take care and bye.